Ready, Abe? Okay, guys, we're gonna cover some MMA closed guard stuff, closed guard position to not get beat up, and some options from there. I learned this at Brazilian Top Team a bunch of years ago, maybe 16 years ago or so, and I've been using it ever since. One of the Nigueiras was doing it to me a lot, and then he kind of showed it to me. I didn't speak Portuguese and he didn't speak English, so we kind of paramimed it to me, and it's been working really well for a long time. So in my closed guard, some of the things you want to remember in MMA is like, the further my head is away from his head, the harder the punches are going to be, right? He needs distance to land effective strikes. Another thing is, I never want to let my head be on the ground, because this strike hurts, but my head can move and it doesn't absorb all the impact. But this strike, I absorb all the impact and the ground doesn't let my head move. So I always want to be active and keep my head up. I try to pretty much keep my hands over their arms at all times, because it's really tough for Cody to punch me. If my hands are on the inside and I'm holding his head, very tough for Cody to punch me. And I try to be pretty active from my guard, very active. So let's just cover this position and then we're gonna cover the options. So first of all, when I have an aggressive opponent who's trying to punch, give me a little bit, Cody. Yeah. I'm gonna get his head with one hand. My other hand, I'm on the inside, but I'm gonna swim it. When I swim, my hand comes out and I kind of get a head and arm, but I make this finger grip. And I don't want to keep my hands on this side. I want to keep my hands all the way on this side, all the way on the opposite side, so he can't get this arm out. If I be kind of lazy with my grip, yeah, he can get that arm out, right? Or not even just get it out. He can just get his forearm in front of my face. Yeah, and that's a problem. So I want to stay tight, keep this grip on the other side with my elbow kind of controlling his shoulder joint, so it's hard for him to punch with his left hand. But now if he tries to get his right hand out, go ahead, Cody. Yeah, it's really tough. And I can maintain the guard. It's hard for him to pass. I can maintain control, and it limits his strikes. If you notice, I trapped his right arm, which is usually the power hand of most fighters, and his left arm is a little bit controlled here with my forearm and elbow. So work to punch with your left arm, Cody. See how I can keep my hand. Now, what happens is he's gonna do one of two things. He's gonna drive his weight into me by coming up on his feet, or he's gonna go the other way and try to pull out. So let's go over both options. If Cody drives his weight into me, yeah, a lot of times this is the easiest of the options. I'm gonna use my right leg and just do a little hip escape, and then I rotate my foot down into the knee joint. This is traditionally elevator sweep. I hold tight here, and then I pull my elbow towards the mat as I kick up and sweep Cody over. Now, a lot of the times when I get people here, they try to make sure they capture this foot so that I don't get all the way to the mount. And that's kind of what I want them to do. Because when they capture this foot, I'm going to stand up my left leg, because I don't want Cody to elbow escape and get to half guard. So I stand up this leg, making this leg heavy. When this leg's heavy, I can swim inside, and then I just take his life away and make his family in the front row cry. You can just beat, and you can attack the Kimura as well. So that's one option if his weight drives into you. Now, what do we do from this guard, which happens a lot when I'm here? If he starts to get freaked out that his arm's in here, and he starts trying to pull out and posture up. Yeah, he can only go two ways. He can only go that way or that way. When he starts trying to pull out, this is, in my opinion, the better option. I put my left foot on the mat, and I'm gonna bridge and drive my shoulder into his armpit. And I kind of break his shoulder forward. His arm comes all the way across, and I get close again. Now look, I'm real tight here. I didn't shoot the head and arm choke or anything yet. I just got him back real tight, because now he's gonna start freaking out. Yeah. Now, if he stands this leg up, I can go back to this sweep and sweep him over and head and arm choke. If he doesn't
Let me get my foot up. If he doesn't stand that leg up, I can get my thigh on the mat, go to this head and arm, start putting pressure and work to take the back. I like to, once I get here, put pressure, make them suffer, and then come on top. And go back to ground and pound. So one more time, let's just look at the guard. This is the position, and look where my hands are locked in this finger grip on this side. And I stay tight, head off the mat, and I'm tight here. So his hands can't really do a lot of damage. If he drives in, I elevator sweep. If he goes back, I shoulder bump, and then I work either to the back or the head and arm, and I go to advanced positions from there. Pretty easy, like closed guard options. Some of the things I see people do, like big mistakes in closed guard, is they keep a ton of distance between each other, and that's just a real problem. If you got any questions, hit us up. This is one of my good friends, Cody Wells. He's a blue belt under us. Formerly, he was overweight, heavy metal listening to type guy, and now he's a jiu-jitsu fighter. Nice work. I love Cody Wells. Hope your 2016 is amazing. Hit us up if you need anything.